How's it going, guys? I'm Danny, and if you ever want a comprehensive list of every disc ever made, take a picture of a hole at your local course and post it on Facebook with the caption, "What would you throw here?" I can all but guarantee you that within 24 hours you'll have every disc ever made listed, along with a description of every type of shot that it's possible to throw. And while everyone's different and everyone throws differently, here are some tips to improve your shot selection. If you're out in the open, you generally want to throw a more stable disc on a hyzer. If you're trying to hyzer flip something dead straight at a basket, the chances of you not quite putting enough hyzer on it and flipping it over or too much and it hyzering out are very high. But if you throw an overstable disc on a hyzer, you have one angle to worry about, and that's it. It also makes it easier to control distance. If you throw a disc with more hyzer, it's not going to go as far as a disc thrown with slight hyzer, so you can sort of use that to gauge how far you're throwing it. Now for wooded shots, you generally want to throw a less stable disc. That's because most people are more accurate throwing with a slight hyzer release, and a less stable disc is going to glide straighter. If you throw an overstable disc flat, it's going to hook up pretty quickly, but an understable disc will glide a lot straighter and it won't fade nearly as much. Now for forehand, relative to how fast the disc is going, it's not spinning as much as it is for a backhand. It's because you have a lot more levers trying to spin the disc for a backhand, where on the forehand it's just the wrist. So generally you want to throw a more stable disc. For a shot that I throw an escape on backhand, if I need the mirror image of that, I'm actually going to throw a convict forehand. Now it is a good idea to be able to throw understable discs forehand. It opens up a lot more shots. It'll make you have a nice and clean release. But generally discs are going to be less stable when they're thrown forehand. It's also a good idea to avoid cranking something over on a huge anhyzer and letting it flex back. It's just not going to go very far and it's not going to be nearly as accurate. Now for upshots, you generally want to throw a more overstable, slower disc. You want to throw a more overstable disc just for the same reasons that you would throw one in the open. It's going to hold that angle and give you a much more consistent result. And also you want to throw a slower disc because it's not going to have as big of a rim and it's not going to skip like the faster drivers will. If you throw a driver on an upshot, chances are it's going to skip and end up way to the left of the basket, whereas a slower disc will settle a lot easier. Now what if you don't want to worry about carrying 25 different discs? What if you just want to carry a few and you want to have one disc that's your go-to? Here's how to pick that disc. First, you want to make sure it's a disc you can power easily. You don't want to have to throw as hard as you can to get the disc to fly well. That's not going to be as consistent. You also want to throw something that'll be able to shape shots. Something that you can ideally hyzer flip to flat that'll fade, or something that you can force over to an anhyzer. If you get something that's meat hook overstable or super understable, that's kind of a one-trick pony, and you're not going to be able to get very many different results out of it. And you're also not going to get maximum distance. If you throw something that you can use for lots of different shots, you're going to have better results. So that's all I've got for you guys. You can check out my channel on YouTube. It's under Danny Lindahl. I have tips on form, disc selection, how to use your elbow. And until next time, remember, slow is smooth and smooth is far.